Before I get started today, I just want to tell everybody that I've changed my name again. So it come to my attention that a lot of people some of my friends don't know what DIY was, do it yourself. So I've changed my name, but you can still find me that way. I mean, all you people that have subscribed, that's not going to hurt anything. But just going forward, I'm changing my name to Frankie Upcycles. So that's pretty much what I do. So it's simple and easy, and so I'm changing my name. Also, I'm saying welcome to my studio, and I can say that because I have a sticker on the wall that says it's a sewing studio, so I can call it that. Anyway. Today I've got a couple of quick updates, uplifts, recycles, upcycles if you want to call them. I bought this at the Goodwill. I liked it. It was, I had actually bought it because I thought I could put my keyboard tray under it for my computer, but it didn't work because there wasn't enough room. Anyway, I want to still use it. So what it is a cutting board. And it's got these little legs on it, but I'm going to paint it. I'm going to give it a little facelift right here, and then I'll show you where I'm going to put it. Also, got my little pig here. I got him off of Temu a good while back, but tired of looking at him. Looks kiddish. I like kiddish. Anyway, I've got this right here, and I'm going to uplift my stool. What happened was I put it in the washing machine, washed and dried it, and it sort of matted up a little bit. But what I'm fixing to do is I'm fixing to give it a brush, fluff it out, use that. I'm going to upcycle this shade right here. So let's get to it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is cut the back off of this. What this is a pillow sham. So I'm fixing to cut this back off. All right, I got that cut off, but I'm going to save that piece right there because I'm going to use it in another project. I'm going to cut it up and make me a garland. I'll show you that later. All right, I just got it laid flat. I'm fixing to take my staple gun. I didn't even take that one off. I'm just going to use it. Go all the way around and staple it on. Pretty simple. I'll just give you a little quick tip. If you're working with fur, it's real forgiving. You can't really go wrong. But anyway, on the corners right there, I was just going to show you, I just bend them down right here and just go around, and then I will staple to the sides. All right, so I got that stapled all the way around, and I do have enough of this right here. I could go ahead and finish it off like that, you know, staple it around it, but who's going to see the bottom of it? So I'm not going to do it. Now, I've got my little stool. I'm fixing to brush it out. All right. I think it worked out just fine. All right, so now I can just grab it when I need it. Okay, for this project right here, I've got this lampshade. You know, as you can see, it's getting in a little bad shape. Find you a piece of curtain, lace curtain with a trim on it right here, because that's what we're going to be using for the bottom. Now, first of all, what I'm going to do is take this stuff off. So I'm just going to tear that off all the way around. And then I'm going to tear this one off all the way around. And then I'm going to measure this. So let me get that done. All right, so all I've done is just rolled it around. And then I know that I need to cut it off right here. So that's what I'm fixing to do first. And I'm fixing to sew the sides up. All right, so I've got this side measured out. Now I just need it to be about that much hanging off at the top. So I'm just fixing to cut this off. Okay, so now all I got to do is just sew this piece together. All right, so I've got that sewed up. I'm fixing to slip it in here, and I'm fixing to glue all the way around the top part of my shade. So I'm fixing to put a bead of glue and put this right through there and go all the way around. All right, I've got that all the way around, and it just lifted a little edge right there. So now what I'm fixing to do is pull it up here, gather it up, get it all up here, and then I'm going to put this rubber band on. Around the top. Okay, now that way I can work with it to make the little, all of this a little even. Just going to tie that up. I'm going to fold this under. All right, so I've got it up there, and I put me just a little bit of bead of glue around there so it'll stay fluffed up at the top. And now I'm thinking I need to add some kind of something out of my jewelry box to it to make it look, just to step it up a notch. Let me find something. Okay, well, on second thought, I just tied a bow in it, and I think that might be okay if I straighten the bow out a little bit. I think that's fine, but you know me, I want to kick it up a notch. So I found this necklace in my jewelry box that I really don't wear that much, and I'm thinking I just might add it to here. So let me do that and see what it looks like. If I don't like it, I can look at it for a while. If I like it, keep it. If I don't, take it off, put it back in my jewelry box. All right, I've decided I do like it, and it has a home now. So that was my remake for the little lampshade. It sits in my hallway. I like it. So I liked it so much I went ahead and did me another one, except this one right here at the top, I just left it fluffy. So, I mean, it's easy to do. Just put your rubber, I left the rubber band at the top, and then you just tie this real tight. So, I like. Okay, so moving on. Now I've got my cutting board, and I'm fixing to paint it. And this is the underside. I'm going to start with that first. I'm going to give it a quick coat of white paint. Okay, so I've given it a couple of coats. I painted the inside and the underside with this paint right here. It's from the Dollar Mart. It's not that good of paint, but you know, it served the purpose for what I wanted to do, because I was just trying to give it a light coat under right here and on the underside. The reason that being is because I was started to stencil something on here, and I changed my mind. So I went to my computer, printed me off a couple of sheets. I am going to Mod Podge this down, and I'm not sure about these edges right here. I think I'm fixing to tear these edges so these pieces of paper will just blend in together. Now, when I'm Mod Podging something on, I just fix myself a little container, and it's got glue, just regular school glue, and water. So I just make it to where it's just jelly looking like that. It's runny looking, and then I'll put it on the back side, and then I will smooth it all out, get it on there real good, and then I'll take it outside, and then I will put this sealer on it. I will just spray it with that, and then I won't have to worry about water or anything getting on it. So once I get that on like I like it, I will take just a regular card. You can use a credit card or anything, and just spread it out. And that way you will not get any bubbles whatsoever. Okay, so the top of this, if you can see, it stops right here and right here, whereas the bottom just goes all the way across. I don't like it stopping like that in the middle of it. So what I'm going to do, I printed this out, and I think I'm just going to blend it in. And I think that right there will just make it have a complete look. Okay, so like I said, I was going to put it under my computer to push my keyboard under there, but it wasn't enough room. So instead of putting it over there, I'm putting it over here. All right. So now I can just slide my stuff under there. Put my book up here and slide my calendar right under here. I think it looks good. Okay, so while I got my paint out, I did go ahead and pick up, I was going to do this for another day, but I might as well finish it today. This is another cutting board. I like it. But the reason I really like, I mean, you could use the back of it. It's not worn or anything, but the reason I like it is because it's got these little handles on here. So I'm fixing to give it a quick makeover, and I'm going to paint it white. These right here I bought at a yard sale. They are wine stoppers. I got a whole bag of them for $1. And what I'm fixing to do is I'm either going to glue them this way, or I may glue them this way. So it all depends on how I'm going to glue them. But anyway, I'm going to use these for legs. My other choice is this. I got these pulls from Temu. They're really cute. And here's the screws in here, but I'm not using those. I did buy them just for legs. Well, I dropped that one in the floor. But anyway, I think they're cute. That would spice it up a little bit. Of course, you won't see this right here. You'll just see the pretty little feet right there. So I hadn't decided which one I'm going to use yet. All right, I've got all of that painting stuff, and I had thought about maybe using one of my stencils and painting that in. Then I cut me out one of these. I thought, well, that's cute. That's for the bathroom. I think that might be right pretty, you know, and then I'd have to seal it. But I went through a Temu kick there for a while and bought a bunch of stuff. So I've got this. So I think I'm just fixing to put this in there and call it a day. All right, I said I told you, thought about using these, but that means I'd have to paint them. And I don't want to take the time to paint them. I should have done painted them. So I'm not going to use them. Okay, I got the cute little feet on. I have to confess, I didn't paint the bottom. Don't tell on me. All right, all through, all done. That was my last one for today. I like it. It serves a purpose. It keeps everything on my bathroom cabinet neat and tidy. I just pick it up and wipe my cabinet. I'm good to go. So I appreciate you watching. Okay, I appreciate everybody watching, for hanging with me and stuff. And remember, I changed my name. I don't think it really matters to any of you, but anybody that's new, look up Frankie. What is my name? Frankie Upcycles. Frankie Upcycles. And so that's pretty much all I do all the time. I just upcycle stuff. So plain and simple. If I can just remember it, I hope you can. But anyway, that was my projects for today. I done a little sewing, but anyway, that was just some stuff that I had seen at the Goodwill, and in my mind thought, well, you know, I can use that. But the one for the keyboard, that didn't turn out, but it turned out okay for my kitchen. So all in all, it was a score.